What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Sorry we're late. We had a little bit of technical difficulties on our end, but everything is shored up. We got some Niner football to talk about, y'all. We got a couple games released, and we also have a passing, a birthday. Man, we got a lot of stuff cracking on this show for it just being a Tuesday show in May. Anyway, before we get started with all that, what's up, media? How you doing, bro? We're gonna go ahead and pay some bills. We'll run through the intro, and we'll get the show rocking and rolling.
Today's episode is sponsored by Power Brand Systems. Need help getting new customers for your business? Let Power Brand Systems help you grow with their powerful tools. Visit powerbrandssystems.com/Niner Faithful Radio for more info. For the Faithful, by the Faithful, off-season sale is happening now. Save 20% on all For the Faithful, by the Faithful season 1 through 3 gear now through June 30th. Go ahead and visit NinerFaithfulRadio.com/shop to save. Follow us on social media at Niner Faithful Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr, and TikTok, and at Niner Faithful R on X. If you like our content and would like to support the show, consider leaving us a tip in our tip jar at NinerFaithfulRadio.us/tip jar.
Join our exclusive membership community where you get exclusive NFR content not available anywhere else. Join our exclusive chat, 20% off of all non-sale For the Faithful, by the Faithful gear, and much more. Visit portal.ninerfaithfulradio.us/login to join. Join us Friday for our NFR weekly review at 6 p.m. here on the West Coast. And your week. Man, I keep on forgetting to make sure that it's the other one. My bad about y'all. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, faithful of all ages, let's get the show cracking.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana, touchdown, John Taylor.
Niner Faithful Radio, the show hosted for the faithful, by the faithful, brought to you by Power Brand Systems.
What's cracking with you, Jason?
Aloha, how's everybody, man?
Another day, another dollar. Canadians are fucking sensitive. I almost got fired because I told somebody they sucked. Anyway,
You must be hanging out some weird Canadians, man. Because majority of my gaming buddies are Canadians. Trust me, they ain't sensitive.
Yeah, bro. I don't know this nigga. Anyway, I'm gonna stop right there before I say some shit that gets us banned on YouTube. But yeah,
Again,
again. Anyway, first, want to start out with this week's show by saying congrats, bro. I'm glad that situation got fixed and you weren't.
your boy got a job. I'm actually kind of happy. I've kind of gone. I'm gone back into the driving position of non-emergency medical transport, aka grandma needs to go to the doctor, and it's built into their healthcare. They get a free ride. I'm the one that goes and do it. You know what's hella nice is I get to bring the vehicle home. I don't have a commute to work. My commute to work is I roll my fat ass out of bed, put shoes on, and go to the car that sits in my driveway.
So
appreciate it, man. Thank you, Angel.
Yeah, you know what, Eshel, I'm surprised that's really gotta suck when you can't get an internship because it's like, bro, you can't get free labor. Like you're offering your labor for free and they won't fuck with you. That's gotta be frustrating.
Yeah,
Darwin, what's good, bro? How you doing? Thanks for joining the chat, brother. Week 1.
What's up, brother?
Y'all in KC, go ruin their banner.
Go ruin that Super Bowl that banner hanging.
But yeah, the job market has been pretty rough for your boy too. But I haven't been getting callbacks for shit. But it's whatever.
I kind of
Upward
just
and
fell
onward.
into it.
Did we just lose our internet again?
Nope, I'm still here.
Okay. All right. Cool. I don't.
So I was like, I'm going to email him one more time before I move on to another job. He's like, look, man, I apologize. Friday got crazy and forgot to call you. And honestly, I deleted your email. So I'm really glad that you emailed me back. I talked to him a couple hours later. And like I said, I got 2 days of training today, tomorrow. And then I probably start Thursday, Friday.
There you go. Get rocking and rolling. Yeah, we're going to get to that. And so real quick, I wanted to speak about this. I think this happened Wednesday or whatever, but unfortunately, we have to talk about the passing of former Hall of Famer defensive back Jimmy Johnson. In a statement, the Niners said the 49er family is deeply saddened by the passing of one of the NFL all-time greats, Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy embodied the essence of what it meant to be a 49er. He was the ultimate gentleman and will be remembered for his humility, kindness, and lovable demeanor. We send our condolences to his wife, Gilsa, and entire family at this difficult time. A Pro Football Hall of Fame selection in 1994 and a part of the Edward J. DeBarlo Sr. 49ers Hall of Fame inaugural class in 2009. Johnson was originally drafted by the Niners, 6th overall selection in the 1961 draft. He played his entire 16-year career for San Francisco, where he registered 47 interceptions, 615 return yards, including 5 picks his rookie year and 2 touchdowns. He started 5 postseason contests for the 49er. Yeah, it just goes on to say different stuff throughout his career. They want to hire me. Just message T-Testing. Your boy has been call for like 5 years. Hey, you know what? I don't know. We don't try to get too political on this show, but I know that they're starting to look at weed. It was moved from a class 1. I can't remember what class they put it in. So hopefully, my argument is somebody who smokes weed. I mean, I'm not hiding this thing. How many shows have I done smoking a blunt? You know. So as somebody who doesn't hide the fact I smoke weed, that's something that I hate. I do not understand why me and Jason can easily every Friday for the last damn near a year, we have a drink on air. Nobody bats an eye. Mysteriously, your boy goes home and smokes a blunt after work or at the bus stop or whatever I do. And it's fucking I'm the devil. I'm the worst person in the entire world. You know what's funny? My criminal record, every single time that I've gotten arrested, I was drunk and not high.
How's it, McNiner? And with him
What's up, David?
Play.
Anyway, getting on to that, but yeah, thanks for joining us, David. We also go from that unfortunate news to some great news. Happy birthday, Frankie Gangsta. Today, Frank.
Merry escape from the moon day.
So, I will always, she's passed away, but if I ever have the opportunity, I would like to ask Miss Gore. Miss Gore, what's it like to push out a goat? But anyway, getting into some Niner news, the Niners signed defensive lineman Shaquille Brown to a 1-year contract. Brown originally entered the NFL after signing with the Titans as an undrafted free agent May 12th of 2023. After spending the entire 23 season on injured reserve list, he was waived by the Titans on May 27th, 2024. And according to either Lombardi, Kruger, or one of the Niner channels, I can't remember which one, Niners had him on the 30 visit.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Niners had him on a 30 visit. So obviously there's somebody that we were interested in last year and for whatever reason just simply didn't draft him. And then we also signed swing tackle. Oh, wait, hold on. I accidentally just clicked on the one article. Oh, Chris Hubbard from Tennessee as well. Jason and I, we've been saying it all year. I really was thinking about this periodically. I actually It's kind of weird. I have conversations with myself, and I kind of like talk out through the whole show and kind of like what I want to say and stuff like that. Throughout the day, I'll go on random little tangents. Like I'll play some 2K, NBA 2K24, and then I'll go outside and I'll watch some Niner videos, and then like I'll get in my Niner zone, and then I'll come back and I'll play some 2K4. So one of the things I was sitting there and thinking about was how much can this football team get better, and where can this football team generally get better? Obviously, receiver. Just look at our first round pick. What happened?
I was saying at this point, it's basically the lines.
Yeah, the lines, the margins. How about this, Jason? The saying for this offseason, how can this football team get better? Raise the floor. That's how this football team can get better.
And like Angelo said, I do like this signing. He's a pretty solid guy. I've seen a lot of people who put up that he's more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. And we've talked about, will the identity of this team change a little bit and go more towards a passing offense rather than a run-first offense? So maybe. So good signings on both ends of them.
Yeah, so these aren't somebody like, look, if especially the O lineman comes into the game, we might have a little bit of issues, but yeah, you know what? It really sucked. I had to go through and delete so many fucking games to get 2K updated, and I only play career mode. And the thing that sucks about it is that you have to update it and you have to keep it online in order to play career mode. A lot of these sports games, you don't have to be online to play career mode. So it doesn't matter if the internet, it doesn't matter if you update it, but NBA 2K. So I actually looked at my girl and said, "Hey, bub, I think I know what you're getting me from I think I know what you're getting me for our anniversary present. Looks like you're getting me an external hard drive for the PS4." I think that's what I'm gonna have my girl get me. Jacob, his rookie contract. Yeah.
I saw that today.
Hold on. I'll go ahead and pull up just so we know. I'm just pulling up officially. So officially, we have signed Renardo Green, Dominic Puni, Malik Mustafa, Isaac Garendo, Jacob Cowing, and Tatum Bethune. So the only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that would be the only ones we haven't signed are the O lineman
from USC.
Yeah, the lineman we took from USC and Pearsall. See, I got the NHL. I don't even remember what year it was, but it wasn't a newer one. It was a few Kingston. There you go. I couldn't think of his name for a second. I tried it and it was so complicated, bro. I ended up returning it. I ended up just being like, you know what, bro, I'm good. But we are going to be going to the NHL draft. The Sharks are hosting a draft party, and I told my girl, I was like, we're gonna. Yeah, so I was like, we're gonna go, Bubby. I mean, I've literally been I'll tell you how long I've been a Sharks fan, bro. That my great grandpa somehow he got one of the posters that they gave away at one of the games the first years, a schedule poster, and I hella liked it just because Sharks have always been my favorite animal. And my great grandpa told me I could have the poster if I learned how to tie my shoes. So that tells you how long I've been a Sharks fan, bro. That I literally learned how to tie my shoes so I could get that Sharks poster. So yeah, anyway, we're gonna be down there. So I told Bubby, I said, look, we got the 1st and 14th pick. After we pick at 14, I was like, we can dip, bub. I'm not gonna torture you.
Was it Kraken pick 8? I think it's when we pick.
I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to the rest of the NHL draft. What's up, love? How you doing? What's going on with the team? There's a lot going on with the team. We just got.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going down.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going down. We got rookie mini camp going on. Jason, I just got one question for you, brother. Hold on, give me a second.
You got smell. You got smell.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, your boy just downloaded a couple more audio clips. We got week one. Bro, I'm so excited. Like Monday Night Football, week
Right?
one at Levi Stadium. Aaron Rodgers coming into the House of Horrors.
Aaron Rodgers coming home.
Aaron Rodgers
Um,
coming home. Robert Saleh coming home.
yep. Yeah, it's a great way to start off, and let's be honest, the Monday night game is always the premier game
Yeah.
of the week, obviously. So it's going to be good to see. We're getting that front and center. And of course, Rob saying his stupid shit as he did it again today. Um, but yeah, so I don't want. I would hope he'd last a little bit more than 12 seconds this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I'd at least like to get knocked down by Nick Bosa a few times or
Something like that, yeah. Because like last year, I love the video of everybody showing the Aaron Rodgers highlights and him running out with the flag in his.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's a good
I
test.
guess
They're definitely up and coming.
I felt a little bit of karma. Maybe it was a little bit of karma how much shit I talked. The fact that Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles, in the Super Bowl, because I talked so much shit. I had zero sympathy for the Jets last year. Like, what are your best players went down with a torn Achilles or down with the season-ending injury on the MetLife turf? Oh man, that sucks.
I'll just say this: we all know how political A-Rod gets these days. He made another stupid comment, and I'll just leave it at that. If you guys want to look it up, because that'll go down a rabbit hole we don't want to go into. But yeah, you know how A-Rod gets at times with some of his stupid shit. He said another stupid comment. That's all. So
Yeah,
yeah, good call. Anshel actually called it. He called it. He was when we did our show. He was taught. We agreed, and all of a sudden at the end of it, he was like, "Wait a minute, what about us and the Jets?" And I was like, I think you're right. So he did. That was a good call on his behalf. And agreed. Like we were talking in DMs earlier. I didn't think it'd be the start of the season, Monday Night Football, though.
yeah. I did not see Brock that he's going to be opening up the throwing the first pitch at the Giants game. That's what's up.
Yep.
I did hear about that. We'll get to that. We'll have plenty of time to get to that.
Congrats, Brock, because that's going to be the base for what he's going to be getting paid.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I think we're going to see, like we all know, Brock's a Christian man. That's not hidden. We're going to see how much of those Christian morals really show up if because there are people talking about Brock might get 60. There are people out there talking about Brock might get 60 mil a year. And I mean,
Brock's not going anywhere.
Yeah, and see, Cone and Larry were talking about it today, and he was Grant Cone was saying, look, like I love Brock Purdy for what he is. He's a little bit less of a Brock believer than some of us are. He said he doesn't think it's worth it. I was like, well, it doesn't. In my head, I was thinking, it doesn't matter if he's worth it or not. He's not going anywhere. Brock Purdy is going to be the Niners quarterback, barring some crazy shit that I didn't want to even get into because, yeah.
Oh, he's going for more, but every time I see one of these quarterback contracts come up, I'm like,
yeah.
It hurts a little more every time.
That's just too. I mean, but yeah, we'll have to see about it. But that is definitely something to be keeping an eye on this year. And anyway, also
speaking of opening up on opening day against the Jets, remember the last time we opened up on the Jets? What happened?
When was the last time we opened up against the Jets?
Someone went for a very, very long touchdown.
Oh, you talking about my man Garrison Hurst?
Yep, 1998.
I forgot, bro. That was
the opening game for 98.
I forgot that was week one. I forgot that was week one. I actually have an autograph. It's either here in the closet or it's in the garage right now. Garrison Hurst, I want to say, was honorary captain for the the last time we opened up on Monday Night Football, 2016 against the Yams. Last time we opened up against on Monday Night Football 2016 against the Yams, I believe that was the game that Garrison Hurst was the honorary captain, and it says he signed it 96-yard TD to the house and autographed it. So my authentic fan sign, because I was like, oh, I remember that game. I was like, that was the craziest shit I'd ever seen. I think actually Bubby just got home. Anyway, the Thursday night game. Right? It's Thursday night, October 20th.
Isn't that no, it's Sunday.
My bad. I was totally looking at the wrong month. I'm retarded, bro. I'm retarded. Okay. Sunday, just a normal Sunday game against the Chiefs. I'm sorry, but I'd rather play primetime against the Chiefs than the Vikings. Oh, we get a Sunday night against the Cardinals. You know what I'm saying? At home versus the Chiefs. I think the NFL missed out big on this one.
I think they're hoping for
Thursday
that to be a Super Bowl game.
Oh, cool, awesome. What did I say all throughout the draft? We have to prepare like we're playing the Chiefs in the Super Bowl until we don't play them in the Super Bowl. Even more reason to put it on a Thursday night on I share the podcast, my honor.
We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, love. Thank you. Yeah, y'all, please, if you're watching on YouTube, smash that like button, Debo that share button, and hit that Trent Williams, that subscribe button. You're watching us on Facebook, make sure to like and share. You're listening on the podcast, please leave a review. All the good stuff, all the normal stuff that anybody should be accustomed to. But yeah, Jason, I mean, your thoughts. I thought the NFL dropped the ball on this one.
I don't know if they necessarily dropped the ball. I think there's a plan for it. I think most of us, I mean, even I thought that it would be a primetime game, especially if it was like early in the season, a quick turnaround for a Super Bowl rematch. But they're probably banking on it, making more, they can get more of a give a whole season build up if it's a Super Bowl rematch. You know what I mean? They play this. Yeah, because you're going to use some of that footage anyways. So why put it in prime time twice if you don't have to? So
yeah, I mean,
but I would have loved to see it prime time. I've already had a couple of my friends who are Chiefs fans say, "Why is our game not prime time?" I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. I thought that would be, man, death taxes in the Niners and Chiefs playing in prime time this year. I thought we're going to be pretty much, what was cracking on that. The Guardian caps, if they were used in games. Oh, yeah, I forgot. We had totally missed that. They're going to allow offensive linemen to wear the Guardian caps in NFL games. Yeah, I'm all for it, bro.
Hey, as someone who's had 7 concussions, and I'm probably going to go crazy one day with my shit, and I've already donated my brain to science and everything when I die, good. I think they need to go back to the old ones instead that I thought looked just, the double-layered helmet that they had back in the day.
Well, you know what? Yeah. Let's look it up real quick. 49ers. I know we did this before. Let me see if it'll allow us to pull up the opponents. Oh, that's 23.
I do hope they figure it out to where they can either smooth it out or find some way of putting the logo on there. That's my only thing is I wish they put the logo on there.
Yeah. Yeah, the NFL is going to want that big time. Okay, so our opponents this year, I mean, because the biggest question, now that we know what week 1 is, okay, week 1, Monday night, obviously means week 2 is going to be on a short week. The draft's already happened, love. Yeah, the draft happened a few weeks ago. Where is week 2? Assuming, of course, that it is on the road. You got obviously the NFC West teams: Green Bay, Minnesota, Miami, Buffalo, or Tampa Bay. I've heard a lot of people believing that the Vikings game that they're going to host in England this year is going to be us. I've heard a lot of
Yeah,
rumors.
I've seen a lot
Thinking
of people putting it out there.
a lot of people are thinking that's what's going to be. You know what I don't want? I don't want to go to fucking Tampa Bay. Traveling across country week 2 in Florida where it's hot on a short week. The only cross country trips that I really the cross country one I would like to do if the NFL is just hell bent on the Niners going to the East Coast week 2 is Buffalo.
Yeah, get that one or Green Bay. Yep, get those cold ass games out of the way.
Yep, get them all the way in September. I do not want to see Buffalo, New York, and I do not want to see Green Bay anytime after, let's say, mid-October.
And I really don't want to see Miami early in the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Miami you know what? I almost think is this going to be a reverse 2019 where, we started the first 2 weeks. That was the big thing the Niners did there for a couple of years. They started the season back-to-back road games. I wonder if we reverse it. We open at home, and then we just go Miami. We'll go Miami, Tampa Bay, back-to-back weeks. Because you would figure.
I wouldn't mind getting it done out of the way. Just get it done out of the way.
I mean, that's the only because I would believe Jason and TJ. What do you think our week 18 is against? Well, that's going to obviously be divisional.
Yeah, it'll be divisional.
I like thinking the Yams for week 18 because you think about this. They want those games to mean something, right? That's what that's why the NFL has the last week always be divisional games for the most part. I know not all of them are division games, but they try to make it division games. So you step back and you say, okay, who has the highest likelihood of challenging the Niners in the division this year? I would say it was probably the Yams. I mean, sure, you could say maybe the Seahawks stick around for a while, but I'm going to trust Matthew Stafford sticking around a lot longer than Geno Smith. So, yeah.
I don't think Geno will be started by the end of the year.
No.
I forget who they picked up as a quarterback. Let me pull that up. Seahawks depth chart. Sam Howell.
Yeah, there was Sam Howell.
I think Sam Howell could unseat Geno. I mean, low bar to get over, but definitely, I think he could definitely do it.
I mean, either way, I'm liking our chances because if we lose to Geno Smith or Sam Howell, man, we got some fucking issues, bro. Anyway, so yeah, I think more likely than not, it's either going to be here or it's going to be LA. Which, let's be real, either way, it's a home game. Yeah, basically, we're going to have a home game
we're playing Levi's or Levi South. Take a pick.
Yeah, exactly. But that to me is that you and I talked about the gauntlet we had last year, the 5 straight bird games. That you got the Seahawks, Eagles.
I wonder if they're going to try something. That was just nuts. That was just like, what if they put that together and they didn't know? Like, I wonder if that was done deliberately or did they put, they just scheduled out and they're like, oh, we didn't do, I want to know if that was intentional or not.
You know what? Maybe today or maybe tomorrow because I don't work tomorrow. So I'll be able to, for the first time, I'll be able to watch the scheduled release show. So I'm actually kind of excited just to, see what that is. But I wonder, there's a video that I put in my watch later videos months ago, but it was how the NFL gets scheduled and like, it was like a 10, 15-minute video.
It's nuts how they put it together.
Like I remember we watched like 5 minutes and my girl was like, this shit is crazy. And I was like, babe, you got to understand, there's essentially 16 games every week for 18 weeks. I was like, there's a shit. And I was like, and this stadium has a concert. You got to figure out a schedule because let's just say, for example, you can't have this team play in this stadium on this date because there's a concert. But, another team has a concert the week before. So they have to play this. There's so many conflicting schedules and shit like with more and more teams starting to get multi-purpose stadiums. back in the day when it was pretty much just a football, maybe football, baseball stadium, like Candlestick used to be,
It was easy.
it was very easy. But nowadays, with all these stadiums serving multi-purpose, obviously you got Levi's, which won't be happening during football season, but you got Levi's hosting the World Cup, at least when it comes to the Bay Area. Levi's is going to be one of the stadiums hosting. I don't know what games. I don't know, like, whatever. I hope it's Brazil, just because I hope it's either Brazil, because those are going to be easy tickets to sell. Buy them.
Oh, yeah.
As a season ticket holder, I get first access to them, so I'm thinking about buying World Cup.
How's it, Kenny?
When the Ravens won the Super Bowl, we opened up at the home per user Howard shared parking with the outside again. First to another game.
Remember that one?
Yeah, see shit like that happening. Shit like that happening all the time. That to me is the first challenge because on paper this seems a very easy schedule for the Niners. When you look at the teams that we are playing. But when you step back,
we have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL.
Okay, so what? Arizona, Yams, Seahawks, and Bears. I can see that being like. See, I can see the Bears game being if we play them early in the year. I think we're mopping the floor with them. But if Caleb Williams can start to get his feet wet in the NFL and be anything close to the quarterback people are thinking he's going to be, that might be a tougher game.
So yeah, Bears, Cowboys, and like I said, we're obviously going off of what we assume these teams are going to be.
Yeah.
The Cowboys should be good. Lions, good. Chiefs, good. Lions, meh. Patriots, meh. Cardinals, meh. Bills, good. Packers, good. Rams, Dolphins, good. I think the Vikings are going to be better than what everybody thinks they're going to be. I don't think it's going to be just as bad. I don't think Sam Darnold will be their starting quarterback for very long. Seahawks could be good. Tampa Bay is low key better than whatever. They're a low key better team than people give them credit for. They might not be a great team, but they are feisty as hell. And how's it, Eric? How's it going, my brother? Thank you for showing up.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know, but this is where the schedule gets tough. Is that week 2 game against Tampa Bay, who, let's be real, we should mop the floor with, is that off of a short week in week 1.
Yeah.
And how much of that game is going to be a battle? These things, I think that's one of the things that's going to be interesting about tomorrow. Obviously, you got some travel. Am I coming out to shit out or not? Am I going to a road game period this year? That's the goal, but Mississippi has
all I know is that I was very much on the line for coming down there for this year's for a game, especially with the no job thing. Now I'm like, maybe I should put that back on the calendar.
I was about to say, I looked at my girl when you told me you first got fired. I looked at my girl. I was like, yeah, so Jason ain't coming out here this summer.
Yeah, the unfortunately, the Dwight Clark thing is definitely out the window, but maybe a late season game.
Yeah, we'll when stuff comes out, and we'll see. But yeah, Anshel, I'm with you. The only way I want to go to Miami, and ideally not in September, but if that's just what the NFL is hell bent. Oh yeah, we officially got about a little less than an hour to go. Unless the NFL is hell bent on us playing on the East Coast in week 2, I say get the Miami and Tampa Bay games out the way, back-to-back weeks.
I still wish we could have done the Miami trip, man, that we talked about.
Yeah, that would be
me, you, Mac, Rico, all our guys go down to Miami.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
None of our wives would be happy with this. Damn, it would have been fun.
Yeah, but oh god, it would be the world's greatest time. Oh, we get in so much trouble.
That's what I'm saying. We all come back single. We don't have divorce papers waiting for us.
Waiting for us, baby. It was cracking. So shit, actually, bruh. So real quick on one last personal note. I know we're going on a lot of tangents today, but so um, we totally, how my girl and I have been planning to get married this September, right?
Let's do it, Kenny.
Let's all book to Atlantis Resort for a week. Man, I couldn't afford that. My girl would be so pissed. Hey babe, so I got a maxed out credit card.
Couple of them.
Anyway, a couple of them. So we totally, my girl just one random day just kind of started looking up what city hall we wanted to go to and everything, and she messaged me. She goes, babe, city halls are closed on our anniversary this year. I'm like, for what? She goes, Labor Day. I was like, oh shit, we didn't even think about that.
No, damn.
Our anniversary, sometimes will fall on Labor Day. So Labor Day weekend. So we're actually gonna have to push it off to next year. So that does free up some hopefully some capital to do some things this year. We've looked into options at churches and stuff, but like you're talking about paying
Hey.
2-3.
Just so you know, Mac is an ordained minister.
Hey, Buck, you want to go get married in Seattle?
Hey, you know what? He just did a wedding for. Remember, I told you about it.
Yeah,
the wedding that.
Yeah.
He had to call when they got them married.
I'll talk to her about that because we have been talking about maybe moving up to Washington, but Bubby definitely was like, I'm not moving up to a place I've never seen. So I've kind of been trying to say, hey, babe, like I'm not trying to take a million trips up to Washington. So if we go watch the Niners Seahawks this year, I'm kind of that's going to be our, hey, we're up here for the Niners Seahawks game, and let's see if Washington's an option. So I'll holler about that.
Or maybe me and Matt can go down there, maybe for a game.
Yeah. That definitely.
Look, we got ideas for this.
Hey, I'll talk to Bubby. Yeah, we'll get something cracking. Anyway, so before we get into running backs, any other final thoughts on the schedule? Now that we just at least know those two games,
because I can't wait to see the rest of it.
I can't either, because I'm curious who assuming the Niners get 5 primetime games, the max is 6. They're only going to give you 5 and give you the option to be flexed into one. So, knowing that basically we have the option of 4 primetime games left, now that we know week 1 is Monday night, and one of them is not going to be the Chiefs, I'm curious to see. Yeah, the Lions and Cowgirls, I think, are probably the 2 biggest options, but I'm curious to see like who replaces the Chiefs in a primetime game now that we know that game's not going to be a primetime. Yeah, Minnesota. I know a lot of people have been Minnesota. A lot of people.
It's going to be Minnesota or Buffalo, I think.
And what also beyond everybody saying, oh, the Vikings are going to be better than people think they are, I'm just more worried about we literally have not met. Like my sister, who's over 30 years old and has 3 kids and a step kid, was 5 months old or 7 months old the last time the Niners beat the Vikings in Minnesota. My over 30-year-old sister. So beyond anything of what that team is, that worries me more going into the stadium, because I promise you, not every team that beat the Niners in Minnesota was a great Vikings team. You know what I'm saying? So that makes me more nervous than anything else. I'm just titled as an NFL people. Hey, I don't want to talk to y'all. Y'all got one of my players that I wanted.
Jaden?
No, that was the Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs.
He was right there. No, who did the Ravens take? There was somebody that the Ravens took that I wanted. Anyway, so getting into the running back room, let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. With the drafting of, yeah, there you go. It was Rosengarten. Or was it?
You weren't big on Nate Wiggins.
No, I wasn't big on Nate Wiggins. with the
Man,
signing.
they got Wiggins
or
and
the drafting-
TJ Tampa. Fuck, I forgot about that. Damn.
Oh yeah, TJ Tampa. Hey, Derwin, y'all secondary is gonna be. Y'all secondary
Nice.
is gonna be.
Nice.
Yeah, that's not. That's not. Look, if it's Rosengarten, who's I was thinking of, if Lamar isn't Lamar in the playoffs, because we all know a regular season Lamar is a lot different than playoff Lamar. If Lamar can not even be regular season Lamar, just not be playoff Lamar this year, who the hell beats y'all in the AFC? Even Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Like that defense, bruh. That defense, and then if you get Lamar just playing at a decent level in the playoffs, man, that's a real scary thought. Because I ain't gonna lie, obviously we haven't seen a lot from Brock, but the worst Brock looked was against the Ravens. Now there was some fluky shit in there, but he did not look good against the Ravens. And I don't care what anybody says. Kyle Hamilton got him on that first pick. Kyle Hamilton got him on that first pick, who I wanted. I wanted the Niners to get Kyle Hamilton so bad. He was my draft crush that year. Anyway, as we look at the running back rosters, obviously we all know no introduction needs to be made to our top running back. Man was offensive player of the year. My only question of CMC, we'll get to Sorensen's presser here in a second. There's one or two things I want to get to about that, Anshel. I asked you last year, does CMC get 1,000,000? And we both said no. We both pretty much said
no. I said yes.
Oh yeah, you did.
I said
yes, my bad.
I did.
You
say
said yes. I said no because I hope he didn't get the usage that was going to be required to get him to get 1,000. And I was thinking, me and Jamie were talking about this on one of the shows we did together, or maybe it was in the DMs, or the show chat. And I said, when I look back at the Super Bowl, where my biggest thing on why I thought we were going to beat the Chiefs is because I said we're not the Ravens. We're not going to stop running the football. Like that was what I was hanging my hat on.
Lo and behold,
we're not the Ravens. Lo and behold, fucking A, we're the Ravens. So CMC was clearly not right. I mean, the man's a fucking robot, bro. How many times did you see him on the sideline with the gun on his thighs and his hamstrings? And man, the man was running on fumes the last year. And I stepped back and I said, I remember that Cardinals game, the 4-touchdown game. I started the MVP chants, and every time he touched the ball, just everybody MVP. And I stepped back and I said, it was really dope to see that. I had never seen, besides Raheem the Dream, which Raheem was only 3 touchdowns. I don't believe, unless I'm mistaken, I don't believe I've ever been at a game where somebody scored 4 touchdowns. That was some of the dopest shit I've ever seen at a live football game in my life. But I stepped back and I said, was it worth it? Was getting 4 touchdowns week 4 against the Cardinals worth the wear and tear that over the course of 18 games cost CMC to? But let's be real. He wasn't right in the playoffs. We seem to forget that Whackers game did not look good until when? The last drive. That's when we saw the Niners offense that we knew was the last drive. And that was Polkai. Oh my God, bro. Kenny, you're killing me, bro. You're killing me. He said, Al, buddy. He made a hot dog or two. I didn't think she was all that. But anyway, the crazy high scoring games I've been in my first since 2012. I remember the 2012 versus the Jags or the Bills. That was at the Stick. I remember I was actually in the city for that game. But anyway, what's up, Beto? How you doing, baby? Good to see you, OG.
What up, Moose?
We got the man, the myth, the legend. So is it worth it? That's my only question this year. My only question is, what of the running back room is, what is the usage of CMC? Because do I need 4 touchdowns week 4 against the Cardinals, or do I need 2 touchdowns and 25 carries in the Super Bowl against the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, you would almost think we're going to take some of that burden off of him with, some of the guys that we've drafted and we've brought on board. But hey, we've also thought that about Trey Sermon. We thought about that about TDP. So I mean, we've had the same discussion. We're like, okay, we're gonna lessen the load on our main back, and then lo and behold, what do? Nothing. You know what I mean? That person, or those backups don't go anywhere. We don't give them any. We don't give them any time. I mean, Elijah Mitchell, who would probably start on what you would say for minimum, probably be a starting back in half of the league. How often did we see? How often did we see him in games? You know what I mean? And if he did get in, it was what? At the most 5 carries a game? At the absolute most? So, I mean,
end up with a hamstring strain or something like that.
Right.
Out for
and that's the reason why he's no longer the starter on this team, let's be honest. That is the reason why he's not the starter. But so while we think, okay, yeah, we're going to take the load off CMC, we're going to give maybe a little bit more to Elijah. We got this Cody Schrader kid. We got Isaac Garendo. All this stuff. We got JP Mason, who, now, where does he sit now? Again, we don't use them. So while we would love to see more of these guys and take some of that burden off of CMC or whoever's the main back, we don't anyways. Kyle just likes to run somebody over and over and over. And that's the main question right there. Yeah.
My question is, will Kyle trust a rookie running back and actually use him? I mean, so just to list our running backs so everybody knows who we got. We got Patrick Taylor Jr., who's the one we signed from
the Packers.
We got Cody Schrader, Elijah Mitchell, CMC, Jordan Mason, and Isaac Garendo.
And we haven't even mentioned Juice.
You haven't even mentioned Juice. According Juice, look, running back / fullback. I mean, this is the thing that I get so pissed about. I was just gonna say that I don't think Taylor's making the club. I get so pissed about because we've seen it. We saw it. Look, to me, I always like to judge running backs of what do you do when teams know you're. I love to judge offensive lines run blocking and running backs when it's 3rd and 4th and 1 or 4th and inches, or it's the 4th quarter and you're up by 8. Those are the times I think you judge as a team's running. And we saw it that Crygirl game in 2022. The secret to that game is Brock didn't play all that well in that Crygirls game. Where we truly won that game was what was it, that 11-minute drive in the 3rd quarter? That's where we won that. Well, who was the primary runner on that drive? JP Mason was the primary runner on that drive. So we've seen the production. It's his pass blocking, which I understand. I understand setting the standard. I understand. I mean, this goes back to Frankie Gangster. This goes back to Roger Craig. And I mean, this is Niner history we're talking about of, look, no block, no rock. And we all know that for receivers, but it goes back for running backs too. That there's Frank Gore's told plenty of stories of him and Tom Rathman getting into it over pass blocking. So I understand the standard, but at some point in time, it's then why did we keep him? If we didn't keep him to use him, I assume that it was known he wasn't a pass blocker when we signed him as an undrafted free agent. Why the fuck did we bring him in then? Why the fuck did we bring him in? Isaac Garendo. Look, I like that. I'm curious of the juice aspect of his game and seeing, hey, is this a man that you say, look, you're average running back. That's why you went in the 4th round, but you're a superb, probably fastest fullback ever to be in the NFL. See what I'm saying? So you're an average running back, a top tier fullback. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, the more I heard of it, the more I liked the idea.
Yeah. So I like that idea. Cody Schrader. Look, if Niner history repeats itself, we all know he's going to be the best running back in this class. He's going to be better than Isaac Orendo. I mean, if you look at what Niner history has been, I say that half jokingly, and everything like that. But I mean, kind of not. I mean, it's a little bit Debo to Pittsburgh. Yeah. Look, yeah, I'm not gonna even Kenny, I love you, but yeah, no. That's not happening. The Niners, I don't see a way we get better. I think personally. So we actually forgot to mention Ross Dwelly signing with Atlanta too. So tip my cap to a 6-year career to Mr. Ross Dwelly. But yeah, see, Schrader making the team over Mason. I like that. I think so too. But then what was the point of keeping JP Mason? Is JP Mason not one of the best running backs on this team? Or do the Niners just don't value what he is?
Well, I mean, if he can't perform everything that Kyle wants him to do, why are you going to put him on the field? Now, that said, you have to give him a chance. And excuse me, you're not getting a whole lot of reps. So, I mean, you've got to earn it in practice. But I mean, I'm curious how much of those guys are getting the chance to even compete, for, a la maybe Willie Snead was onto something kind of a thing. Are they given a chance to compete for those positions because you're not only competing, you're also trying to get better. You can do all the drills and everything you want to get better as a player, but at the same time, you need to actually play to get better. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword on that.
And Mason did have a little bit of problems putting the ball on the carpet.
Yes,
That's a little bit of a factor there. But yeah, I mean, look, I watched some plays of Schrader blocking, and
he's not bad.
So I do look. I mean, I know we said we're not going to do 53-man roster predictions, but it's going to be Cody Schrader, Christian McCaffrey, Isaac Orendo, and I would say Elijah Mitchell. And the only reason I'm saying it like that is, does he get traded? So it's basically if nobody gets traded, it's going to be CMC, Elijah Mitchell, Cody Schrader, and Isaac Orendo are going to be Juice are going to be the running back / fullbacks that make this team. Yeah, I feel horrible. I mean,
we have had this discussion for the last I don't know how many years.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Besides Debo, who plays on offense as a rookie.
Yeah, basically, and that was out of necessity. And let's be real, they still traded for Emmanuel Sanders. So Kyle still wasn't satisfied.
Brock only got in there because we were down to our third string quarterback. So I mean,
yeah, exactly. I don't want to hear how much. You know what, Jason? I know this is a little bit off a topic, and we could do a deeper dive into this when we break down the quarterbacks. But this just popped in my head with the story Jed said from the Super Bowl, where he went to him and said, "Hey, I think our third string quarterback's actually the best quarterback on this roster."
Mm-hmm.
Right? Then why didn't he play? If Kyle knew then, which is apparently during camp, right between the end of camp and the beginning of the season, Kyle said our best quarterback is our third string quarterback. Then why the fuck was Trey Lance under center?
I'm going to bet Kyle said that kind of tongue in cheek. Like I'm going to bet that Trey had a bad day, Jimmy had a bad day, Brock goes out there and has a good day, and with his 4 plays or something like that. Yeah. And that was Kyle just kind of. I mean, we knew how bad Kyle and Jimmy's relationship was. It was not a very nice. I mean, who knows how much it is. So I think that was Kyle just kind of venting, and Jed happened to be there. Like, so that's the way I see it. Like, maybe he saw something in him, yes. But I still go, I still think that was him just blowing steam off that day. He's like, God damn it, my first string sucks, my second string sucks, my fucking third string is the best goddamn player.
I don't
Not
know.
like what a fucking Al Pacino did with Willie Beeman.
Yeah, right. But
so I mean, I think it's just like one of those situations.
Look, I've heard too. I agree with you, Darwin's Raven. I agree with you. I've heard from former NFL players that you don't think if somebody is an undrafted free agent and going up against a first round pick that the first round pick is going to get the job. Like, or there are roster politics in the NFL.
Yeah.
People get paid. People play because of their paycheck, because of their draft position.
It
That
does. People will say, "Oh, it's always the best man." To an extent,
Not
yes.
necessarily.
Sometimes money in those, like you said, those draft positions. What up, Terry Dome? How's it doing, my brother?
What's up, Terry Dome? How you doing, bruh?
So yeah, you
Good to
can't
see you,
deny
buddy.
the
Good to
fact
see you.
that you have to give someone who is a first, second round player kind of a thing the option before, unless it's just. I mean, even if Brock was way, way above both of those two guys, you have to give your capital a chance to develop. You know what I mean? It's just otherwise you look like an idiot.
Especially knowing that Trey was going to be a developmental project when you drafted him.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that we talked about it, see, this is why it's good to talk through these things. This is why I enjoyed to do the show. Because now we've talked through it, I'm like, yeah, okay, you can't draft him knowing he's going to be a project. And then when Mostert couldn't crack the 53-man roster.
20 see your running backs are real quick.
I mean, Raheem the Dream. Yeah, we're gonna skip that one and everything like that because I felt.
You know what? Looking at their roster, I think he's right. I don't think that he would.
What, this our roster or their roster?
Their roster. I'm looking at their roster real quick.
Okay. But so let's be real. The running back room CMC. Pray to God he doesn't get hurt. Knock on wood. In the name of Joe, Bill, Jerry, Ronnie. So Mostert is good here or Miami. Or is that the system? Because what do those two things have in common? The Raheem Mostert, who under any other system besides the outside zone has not done shit his whole NFL career, goes to us under Kyle, does what he does, NFC Championship game, all that, and then goes to Miami and puts up the production he does in Miami. Is that the NFL is missing out on the talent that Raheem Mostert is, or is it more Raheem Mostert does well in the outside zone system? I would say more the latter than the former, personally. I would say it's more of the system than the player. Raheem is good. You have to have a baseline talent, insane speed, all those things that he possesses. But I think that it's a lot more of exactly. That's basically what I was trying to say, Terra Dome. He's not going to be consistent. He's not going to give you 5 to 10 yards each time. He'll give you a 1 yard run. He'll lose 3 yards, gain 2 yards, 60 yards. A yard, 2 yards, lose 3 yards, 40 yards. That was very Raheem. And as much as we like to run the ball and have a very possession style running game, I just don't think that was going to work long term. I mean, look, no coach is going to ever turn down a 60-yard touchdown. Like no coach is ever going to be like, no, don't score a touchdown. In 2019, he started 3 games with 3 60-yard TDs. I mean,
he did.
Anyway, so I mean, what, Jason? Gun to your head. Cody Schrader, Elijah Mitchell, Christian McCaffrey, Isaac Rendo, and Juice, running backs that are making it.
I'm going to take Mason over Mitchell.
Over Elijah. I like the idea of that. I would like to move on from Elijah Mitchell. And I don't want to say I don't want to, because I like Elijah Mitchell. I think he's a fucking fantastic backup running back. Like you said, probably could be a starter in half the league. I love a 1-2 punch of Elijah Mitchell.
And I think Mason could probably start on at least a third to half of the teams in the league.
Yeah, like he could start. I can't think of off the top of my head. I was trying to think of garbage teams off the top of my head, but maybe Tampa. But wow, that's just too many running backs for this team. I mean, 4 running backs. How many did we keep? Or 5, including Juice? How many did we keep last year? 49ers, 53-man roster.
Darwin, yes, I would. I would take it. If you offered me a 6th right now for Mitchell, I'd take it.
Oh yeah. If you offered me a 6 for Elijah Mitchell, I'm packing his bags for him. Saying, "God bless you, brother. You were excellent Niner for what you were."
We'll see you at the 10-year anniversary.
So last year we kept. Oh, it's the 1st and 10 article. Damn it! Why didn't it just give me the actual fucking? Oh my God, they have like 18 million fucking 53-man roster articles.
Let's see.
This one's in photos.
Yes.
Okay, whatever. Let me see. I'll just do the photos, whatever. Initial 53-man roster.
So the quarterbacks last year were Brock, Sam, Brandon. Running back, CMC, Elijah, TDP, Jordan Mason, and Kyle.
So that's how many running backs?
That is 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how you want to count Juice.
So 4 including Juice, or 4 not including Juice?
5 with Juice. So 4
5 with
actual
Juice.
running.
So you got CMC,
Mhm.
Elijah / JP, Cody Schrader, Elijah Guerrero, and Juice. Yeah, I pretty much think that's how it is. Where I could see Elijah or JP.
They're kind of.
Somebody getting traded. Let's be real. If Elijah gets enough carries in the preseason, he's gonna be hurt. You know, let's be real. Elijah Mitchell gets enough carries in camp or the preseason. He's gonna get hurt. Before we get out of here, we're running about an hour. What was the other thing that you sent me? The picture. It was the Chiefs game, and what was the other thing? Oh, joint practice.
Joint practice with the Saints.
So we obviously know at some point either the Aints are coming here for the preseason, and that will be our one home preseason game, or we're going down to New Orleans.
Oh, it's here. It's in Cali. Yep.
Okay, yeah. So the Aints are going to be our one home preseason game this year. I'm excited
to see Chase Young line up against Trent and see what he can do.
I wonder if they're going to have tickets to that.
Maybe.
I would hope so. That'd be dope.
What up, Ryan and No Border Sports? How's it going, my brother?
What's up, Ryan? Everybody make sure to everybody that is a content creator, go ahead and put your information in the chat, please, so we can help you grow your channel. As you know, we want to support y'all just like y'all support us. No, honestly, truthfully, I'd rather go if they tell me the option of going to joint practice or training camp, I'd hella rather go to joint practices than training.
Yeah, because that's the first time they finally get to hit somebody else.
Yeah, and that's where you're going to see some things and see now. Oh, I've been going through against the same man for 8 weeks. 8 weeks in of camp and OTAs and everything, and I know every move of him. That's when it's going to be the most game-like practices because you don't have the opportunity to practice against somebody for a week.
Yeah,
you're lining up and it's big boy time right away. So I love joint practices. I pray to, even if it's just something for season ticket holders, I'm down. I think that would be a great thing. Like, hey, we have the 10 open practices for Niners, normal open to the general public. And then for our season ticket holders, we're going to have 5 open practices with the Aints. I would actually love that. Get back to the old, when you and I were growing up, old NFC West, Jason.
Some Aints, yep.
Yeah, some Aints. Ain't no good.
Never made any sense to me at all why the hell the Saints win the NFC West.
Oh my God! Look, I'm generally when it comes to sports, I would say I'm more of a traditionalist. I like for things to be the way that they've always been. kind of situation. But although I wasn't in favor of the change and everything like that, I will say this: the divisions make way more fucking sense now.
Oh yeah,
Because remember the Cardinals were the NFC East. People
Yep.
seem to forget that the Cardinals were the NFC East. It was like,
I remember
what
them
the
days.
fuck? Oh my god! Like the divisions make
Who
so
made
much more sense. You know what I think happened? I think that teams, teams would move. Teams would move, and it kind of you had to put them in play. Like, hey, they got to play in some division.
Yeah, they didn't
some-
have any room in one division, so they just stuck them somewhere.
I might end up being this.
Dude, I loved TJ Tampa. I really love that pick.
Yeah, the Ravens. Look, I'm gonna say this. I will give you the ultimate, Derwin's Raven. I will give you the ultimate compliment I can give an opposing fan, and say this: I didn't see anything in that Super Bowl that made me think we couldn't beat the Chiefs. I don't know. How about our right guard not, have a mental error? Holding on Nick Bosa once or twice. There are things that I could see if we play them again in the Super Bowl, that if one or two, Drake Greenlaw not fucking blowing out his Achilles, things like that not happening, I could easily see the Niners winning that Super Bowl. I say, I saw some legit issues with us playing the Ravens. And it's not even just last year. Like, historically, we've always had trouble playing the Ravens. So except I want to see if Derwin remembers this one. There was a Niners Ravens game in 2015, and I remember I was locked up, and I remember I wasn't gonna bet any soups on the game. I was like, nah. I had just enough soups. I was getting out that next Friday or whatever like that. So I had just enough soups to last me the rest of the time I was going to be locked up, and I wasn't going to go back to canteen, and waste my money. I was just going to keep the money on my books, so I had money when I got out. So people were the guy who ran the casino comes up to me and goes, "Hey brother, you going to place any bets, for Sunday?" He goes, you betting on how much you betting on the Niners? Because I bet every week. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm going to stay out of this one. And this OG started talking. I was like, we're playing the Ravens. And this OG was just talking shit, right? Like, oh, you ain't got no faith in your team, nigga. Weak ass 49er fan, all this shit, right? So I was like, you know what, bro? Fuck it. I got faith in my team, bro. Put me down for it. I was like, what's up, OG? Put your money where your mouth is. I got a soup on the game for you. And he's like, man, easiest soup I ever made in my life, nigga. Woo, right? And we went out and we whooped the shit out of him. Fucking porn star Jimmy Tomsula comes out and fucking we mollywopped him. And I remember eating the soup for the OG. I was like, hey, OG, this is the best fucking soup I've ever eaten in my life. I was just talking hella shit. Like, anyway, be careful of the Sheacocks. Come on, bruh.
They had a sneaky good draft. I'll just say that. Seattle had a sneaky good draft.
Yeah, but they always do. I think that we've established there's two ways that I feel confident. If somebody asks me, hey, Niner Faithful, you cover the Niners, you've been covering the Niners for years. What do you, under the Shanahan era, what do you believe are the easiest ways to beat the Niners? You make us beat ourselves, right? Which is any football team. And number two is you have an elite quarterback. I think that we could say more times than not, we're going to beat ourselves, turnovers, missed field goals, touchdowns on special teams, shit like that, or you've got to have a Lamar Jackson, you've got to have a Patrick Mahomes, you got to have one of those big boy quarterbacks to beat us. Josh Allen, you got to have one of those big boy quarterbacks to beat us. I respect DK. I respect DK.
For what?
Just listen, knowing the fact that if he has his head on right, and we don't get into his head, he can have a monster game at any time.
You lost me at when he had his head right.
Yeah, I mean, Let's be real. I mean,
that was the end of the conference. You could have cut the rest of it off right when you're talking about DK Metcalf.
hey, bro, do you know who would be the fastest person to drive see Mooney Ward out of the Bay Area? Would be fucking DK Metcalf. He would fucking drive that nigga to the fucking airport in a heartbeat.
Yeah, he's
so, but yeah, force you to beat yourselves. I watched the Ravens game fan get his ass beat in Miami. Oh, is what the Ravens did, boys. Y'all beat yourselves. Yep. It was clear. I mean, I saw issues in that game. I said, you know, those teams, fucking Steve-O. I would not want to play the Ravens again this year because Lamar made our defense look bad. I mean, I remember he joked the shit out that ref. That last touchdown run before the half, I was like, bro, that's just you tip your cap and you're like, bro, you're Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the Ravens would definitely be you could say it's a fluke in a sense. I felt like some of those picks were fluky, and I did feel that the problem I had with the Ravens game, at least off our defense versus y'all offense, well, the problem is that you just gave Lamar Jackson too many opportunities with the football. You know, that was the problem in that game. Our offense couldn't do shit. Your defense was way better than our offense that game. And if you give a quarterback like Lamar Jackson enough cracks at the football, he's going to make you pay. And that's what happened. I was also hyped because of the MVP nonsense. I ain't going to lie. Walking around Levi's before the game and just the player introductions and everything like that, minus the few playoff games I've been to, and like a Niners Cry Girls, Niners Whackers game, that atmosphere was lit at the beginning of the game. Like, you definitely thought this was a late season Monday Night Football, the number one seed in the AFC, number one seed in the NFC, the two quarterbacks, both in the MVP. Like, that atmosphere of that beginning of the game felt like that lived up to the hype. And let's not forget, Brock was shredding it until that pick. Brock was marching us right down the field. Let's not forget, we forced Lamar into the 3-and-out, and Brock was marching us right down the field. He throws a pick in the end zone, and everything fell apart after that. But any final thoughts, Jason, before we get up out of here?
No, can't wait to see the actual full schedule tomorrow. And then don't forget, you will be able to see me and Anshul Thursday on the 49er Media Captain Show. For our show, we'll probably have a full breakdown of that. And then once again on Friday, because I had an interview.
Oh, okay.
So we didn't. During the season, it is going to move to Thursdays full time. We just had it on Mondays because it was work for everything else. But it will move to Thursdays during the season. But because I had a late interview yesterday, so I didn't think I was going to make it in time. So yeah, that's why it's going to be. We're going to do that tomorrow, and then again on Friday it would be me and you. We'll go over everything, see when that Seattle game is, see if we can get you up here.
I'm not going to be here Friday.
Oh, okay, maybe I'll go with myself.
So you'll hear Jason.
Maybe I'll have somebody else on besides you.
Yeah, I know, right? So so if it ain't Brock, small cock. Anyway, so you'll get Jason's thoughts of the schedule Friday. You'll go ahead and hear my thoughts next Tuesday. Kenny said, "Me and Jason, let's go."
Let's do it, Kenny.
Y'all need a moment alone. Do I need to step out the room, bro? Anyway, all right, bro. So then we'll see you. I'll be watching though. I'll be watching network. I'll do it for Nuggies. He said, "I'll do it for Nuggies."
I'll even make it to the Dino Nuggets.
Oh, I would do it, bro, for some Dino Nuggets. Dino Nuggets are fire.
Why do Dino Nuggets taste better than regular Nuggets, man? Tell me what is it about them that taste so much better?
Don't come on, man. Don't lower me. Sweet and sour. Kenny, come on, don't lower yourself. Don't lowball yourself. All right, bro. The chat has his mind of its own, as always. All right, brother. We'll go ahead. We'll see you Friday. They'll see you Friday. I'll see you Tuesday, bro.
I fight for Ty, Terry Lover. One love.
Yay. All right, y'all. Thanks. I love Halloween. Kenny doesn't like Halloween, but Jason is married on Halloween. Oh man, y'all crack me up, bro. This is my favorite time of the week. I promise y'all. All right, y'all. We'll see you. Jason will see you Friday. I'll see you Tuesday. We're gonna have a Niners schedule to talk about, so we'll take a break from the roster breakdown, and we'll talk some Niner football. I can't wait. So for Jason, Jamie, Kim, thank y'all for watching. We shall see y'all next week. Same faithful time, same faithful channel. Till then, faith, love, and happiness. Go Niners.
Rice has just set a Super Bowl record with 12 catches. He's in motion. Montana. Touchdown, John Taylor.
You're tuned into Niner Faithful Radio. Your show hosted for the faithful. 5 to 6. Brought to you by Power Brands.
See ya.